Hello guys, we are back. All right, so I think the internet is good to go now. Hello everyone, welcome back once again. I'm just going to give a brief intro to what we are doing again, just in case anybody sees this on the replay or is just joining. Hello, my lovely dreamers. Today we're going to be doing a quantum field breathwork and meditation. This is to help you explore realities and possibilities beyond what you've already experienced and perhaps beyond what you have dreamt of. Now, this really is the key to creating the life that we desire, and it's because it is what is found in neuroscience. It is what is found if you look at all of these different practices that teach you about becoming the version of you that you dream of, or tuning into the reality that you wish to shift into. It literally is about changing your own brain. And if you change your own brain, if you rewire your brain to behave differently, to think differently, if you teach yourself to feel differently, then you will attract and magnetize what is in coherence with that, because that is your new subconscious filter. That is your new program. That is the new place in which your consciousness operates. And so we are really working on thinking, feeling, and behaving, creating coherence with those in relation to the reality that we desire to experience and live in this reality. So this is what we are doing. We are going to explore the quantum field of infinite possibilities together. And again, I recommend focusing on one specific thing today. So if there was one thing that if this happened, it would change your life. It would completely change how you live your life, the thoughts that you think. It would completely change the feelings in your body. This could be moving across the country, or perhaps to a different country. Perhaps you are really wanting to call in a aligned divine relationship with somebody. Perhaps you are on a DNA journey and you want to find a loved one that you've never met before. Maybe you have a new business goal. Maybe you're just barely starting a business and you're a little bit nervous about it, and you want to explore the success that could be explored if you just taught your consciousness to open up to this quantum field. Like, whether it's a new project you're starting, something you haven't done yet, or just a big dream that seems impossible, whatever it is, know that it is possible within the quantum field. And I've experienced so much in my life that if I didn't experience it, I would totally believe that it was completely impossible. And I will tell you that what I talk about on this channel, the exercises, the tips, the tools, the techniques that I talk about, these are all things that I personally use. And I'm going to tell you that getting to Washington worked just like magic. This is the exact practice that I did to shift into the reality where Washington was possible. And I'm telling you, the quantum field is so crazy, because once you teach your body, once you teach yourself to feel normal in that reality, like once you start to tune into it so much that you can teach yourself what it feels like, what it smells like, who you would be in that reality, the thoughts that you would have, like it becomes so familiar that you actually start to see it in your waking reality. Little bits of it start to come in, and then before you even realize it, it feels like it all comes in at once. It's the craziest thing. And after it happens, you're like, wow, I feel like I just blinked from that to this. I had no idea that this would have happened this fast. Guess what? That was already being brewed, all being created for you way before you actually knew it. And that's why it felt like it just came in all at once. This is possible for everybody, and this is how the quantum field works. So we're going to focus on one specific thing that if this happened in your life, it would change how you think, it would change how you feel, it would change how you live your life. This is like, if anything could happen, if you had one wish type of thing, okay? So now, I recommend either getting a paper to write this on. It could literally just be a sticky note that says something like, I choose to now shift into the reality where I blank, or where blank. Fill it in. You can also, if you have a creation journal, and now what I mean by creation journal is, now this is something I recommend everybody do. It's a manifestation journal, but I only write in it from my desire, like from the desire already being present, happening in the now. And I program myself to believe and to know, and program this notebook to act as an amplifier, as an activator for my desire. So whatever I write in that journal, in the present now, as if it's already happening, that is what is setting it in motion and bringing it to me from the quantum field. I have trained myself to write whatever I write in here. I better be careful. I better think about it. And I really better put what means the most to me in here, because this notebook will work like magic. I'm telling you, your beliefs will change how reality responds to you. And the placebo effect, like, that has been scientifically proven to be a thing. And guess what? That's also how I healed my digestive system in the lucid dream, was access to the placebo effect. So science is also the study of magic, of true magic. True magic happens on the quantum field. True magic can be studied and explored, and we're just touching the surface when it comes to exploring the quantum field. So let's tap in, guys. Let's tap in. So if you have a manifestation journal or a creation journal, pull it out. Even if you don't, you can still write on a regular piece of paper as if you are writing from the reality in which this has already occurred. Now, again, choose one thing. Now, how I recommend kind of writing it is if you're like talking to a friend, how excited you are that this thing happened. You kind of write from that perspective. Now, I recommend just focusing on like one sentence. Now, again, you're going to use this technique for several things throughout your life, and it's going to expand in beautiful ways that you probably find on your own. However, these techniques really align with your life. But today we're going to really narrow on that one thing, because that's really what sets it in motion. And if we do too many things at once, it can kind of water down our intention or the energy that we're using towards this one thing. So go ahead, get either a piece of paper, either get your creation notebook, and just write down that one thing from it actually happening. I now have this. I now make $30,000 a month. I now live in Washington. I am now in the most beautiful, aligned relationship. Whatever it is, I want you to write it out as if it happened in present tense. And it should be something that obviously lights you up. It should be something that makes you feel excited. And it should be something that you kind of think about often. It shouldn't be something you're like, I guess I can do this. It should be either a deep, deep, deep desire or a deep passion that you desire to bring to life. Once you have that thing, I want you to read through it a couple times. And at first, when you start to work with this desire, it's going to feel like your conscious mind is rejecting it. And this is totally normal at first, because your conscious mind's never experienced this thing, right? So it doesn't know what it's supposed to look like. It doesn't know what it's supposed to feel like. It doesn't know who we will be or what we will do when we actually get there. And that's why so much doubt can come up. That's why our conscious mind can reject so much of this information, is because we haven't explored what that path is looking like. And again, your brain uses safety, or it uses what's familiar to keep you safe. So because this is unfamiliar territory, you're going to notice some resistance at first. And this is not you. This is just part of the process. So go ahead and get comfortable, and we're going to work with this one intention, this one desire that you're bringing in. Again, it could be anything. And I want you to suspend your disbelief. I want you to suspend doubt, because that does not exist on the quantum field. If doubt wasn't even a possibility, if failure wasn't even a possibility, what would be the thing that you go for? That's really what you want to tune into, if you could not fail. Now I'm going to play some music just to test the volume with you guys, and I would just want you to let me know if it's too loud, if it's just right. but let me know how the volume is in relation to my voice, just to make sure it is balanced before we get into the meditation. It's a little low. Let me know. It looks pretty balanced on my end. Hopefully, it is kind of a softer track. Hopefully you guys can still hear it, but perfect. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Awesome. Go ahead and get comfortable. You can sit up, you can lean back, you can lay down, whatever is comfortable to you. Try to make sure that your spine is in an upright position if possible, so you still can lean back. Just make sure that you're comfortable and you'll be able to relax there for just a little bit. Now, if you haven't already, put your piece of paper with your next desire or the next situation that's already happened in the quantum field, but you're calling it into this reality. Go ahead and put that to the side, next to you somewhere. Hello, Ryan, welcome. And before we get started, just close your eyes and just know that it's not your responsibility to figure out the how, the when. The quantum field works beyond your wildest dreams, beyond what we could even perceive as possible. And I promise you, even if it seems like the last moment sometimes, the universe has always got you and it will always show you that. And you may worry sometimes. You may fear that what you desire won't come in, and I want you to ask yourself this one question. If I believe that anything is possible, and if I believe the universe always conspires in my favor and works in divine timing, then why would I worry? And you've experienced divine timing. You've experienced the magic that we're talking about here. You've experienced the synchronicity. You know that it's real. You know that when you're tuned into it, you feel it, you see it, you experience it all around you, right? So if you know that's real, why would you ever need to worry? You are always being supported, and you have this desire because it's coming from something bigger than you. You are just the vessel to fulfill this. So let's dive into some breath work, just to start shifting any energy that can be released and can be moved throughout the body. So while you tune into that desire, I want you to notice what's coming up when you think about that desire happening. I want you just to pay attention to any chatter of the mind, any worries, any doubts, any fears. Maybe you feel rushed to accomplish this. Maybe you feel like you don't know enough to accomplish this. Whatever it is, just know that your mind is a thought generator and is designed to keep you safe and come up with all possibilities, right? But what it doesn't know how to do is come up with quantum possibilities. Your mind is tied to the physical body for a reason. It is to keep you grounded, it is to keep you safe, and it is to help you survive. But your mind could not even grasp the magic, the divine nature, the perfection, the omnipresence of the universe. It's so beyond the mind. That's why we can't use the mind to get to the quantum field. We can't use the mind to talk down the mind. We just have to witness the mind. And that lets us know what energy is still stuck within us from past experiences, from memories, from people who doubted you or told you that this wasn't possible for you, you weren't enough, whatever it was. Just know that your mind is a record of your past, and it has absolutely nothing to do with your potential, what's possible for you, or what is going to happen. I want you to Exhale through the mouth. So we're starting with an exhale using your belly, pushing out all air, and you should feel your diaphragm, your belly kind of contracting closer to your spine. And I want you to imagine in this long, elongated breath, and if you run out of air, go ahead and just take another breath in, expanding your belly, and go ahead and focus on that next exhale, nice and slow. Again, breathing through your mouth, contracting the belly. All of those thoughts, all of those doubts, I want you to imagine are leaving your mouth just like you're letting air out of a balloon. Imagine years and years and years of programming being unraveled through this breath, through this exhale. And when you breathe in, when you expand your belly, just see that as creating more space for this old energy to be released. So your inhales create space in your energy field for these old beliefs to get shaken up and to move around. And then your exhale is concentrating them all, bringing them up to your mouth and out through your mouth, through your breath. So this means we want these doubts to come up. We want these thoughts to come up. We want these old emotions, this fear to come up so it can release, so we can create space for this new energy that we're allowing to come in. You can even thank these thoughts, thank these doubts for serving you for the time that they did. And whether these are doubts that other people have about you or these are fears that you have about yourself, any noise that you notice coming up when you are thinking about achieving this dream, becoming this person, living in this new reality, just release through the breath. Create space in your inhales and release them on your exhales. It is not your mind's job to figure out how you're going to get to this new desire. It thinks it's its job, and so that's why it's important to let it know. It's okay. It's okay, brain. Thank you so much for your help, but we don't need to worry about that. And I promise you, it does follow your commands. We just have to be clear, and we have to reassert our new demands or our new requests to our mind and let it know what its job is not anymore. Its job is not to worry. So let's go through a couple thoughts that we're just going to tell our mind together. Mind, and you can just say this in your head. Mind, thank you for all of your help. Thank you for supporting me up until this point. Thank you for helping me survive. Thank you for helping me prepare. And thank you for helping me think things through. There is now no longer a reason to worry. It is not your job to tell me how to get to this desire. It is not your job to worry about this desire. Your new job I'm assigning to you is to support me in the present moment. Thank you for supporting me in the present moment. And thank you for letting me handle what you cannot see and what you cannot control. Thank you, and I love you. It's important to know that your mind is innocent, guys. Your mind is completely innocent. It's just like a child who hasn't learned the lessons that you've learned now. Your mind is truly a record of the past. So when you notice doubts or fears come up, Take some space back, give it space to breathe, and literally breathe it out. It's coming up because it's coming out. When you set a new desire, when you set a new goal, you're going to have old programs surface. And to stop involving yourself in those old programs is to stop identifying with those old programs. Literally allow yourself to explore witness consciousness. Perhaps you can do that right now. As you're breathing, as you're intending to release what is coming up right now. Can you notice that you can actually witness what you're witnessing? Is it possible for you to take a step back from where you are now in your consciousness and just witness the mind without involving yourself in the mind? This is actually what's needed of you to release old programs. Space, so not touching what's coming up, and moving it out through the breath. Great work. So now that we've shifted this old energy, take one more moment to release or wring out any old energy that feels like it's coming up. Now let's start exploring the quantum field. I want you to completely relax in your space, and I want you just to notice how much lighter you feel now that you've let go of so much energy. All of this energy that was piled on top of this desire that you were storing inside. Just notice how much lighter you feel now that you've given yourself some space to release that. Now, remember what I said about that witness consciousness. We're going to use that right now. I want you to imagine that wherever you're sitting, wherever you're lying down right now, wherever you're relaxing, I want you to slightly move your awareness to the back of your head. So right now, maybe you just slightly step out of your body so that you're looking at the back of your head right now. And wherever your physical body is laying or sitting right now, you're just kind of perceiving your surroundings. Now, once you've shifted to this awareness, I want you to imagine floating up above your body. So you'd be from the perspective of the ceiling almost. Just notice what it's like to observe yourself from this perspective, looking down on your body and just being this awareness. This vast, infinite, pure awareness. Now bring that desire to mind, the one that you wrote down on your paper that you're intending to bring into your current reality that you're experiencing. Tune into that reality where it's happening right now. So while still looking down at your body, start to almost tune to the radio station of the reality in which this desire has already happened for you. As you're staring down at your physical body, I just want you to imagine as you're starting to think of this new reality, you literally feel yourself getting closer to it without moving yet. It's almost like you're programming the GPS before you actually start the car to go there. We're just tuning into that reality, what that version of you is doing right now, and we're about to set the GPS and head on there together. Once you can feel the energy of that reality, it almost feels a little bit real. Once you really start to tune into that version of you, go ahead and imagine that you are shooting forward. So you're watching up above your body, and now all of a sudden you're shooting through this wormhole, just looks like this twisting portal of purples and blues, hues of silver and gold that you've never seen before. And you just feel this intense feeling in your belly, like you're being shot forward, like on a roller coaster. All of a sudden, it stops. You completely come to a stop. And since before you were right above your body, you decided to look down again. But now when you look down, you still see you, but you're in a completely different place. You're doing something completely different. Just notice what you see as you're looking down. Bird's eye view on this reality. This is the version of you who has already achieved that thing that you want. It hasn't been too long since they achieved it. It's still pretty new. You may still be thinking about it in this reality, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I finally did this. It's so crazy that we're actually here. That's how new this is. So you're looking down at that version of yourself. Now slowly start to come down and just notice where you are, what the surroundings look like, if you're in a house, what the property looks like. And it literally looks like as you're coming down, if you're in a house, it literally looks like a roofless house. You're just dropping down in. If it's outside, of course, you're just dropping down to wherever that version of you is. Now, this version cannot see you. This version of you is going about their day. Again, this thing that you're wanting to create in this reality, you're basically looking at the future you who's already accomplished this. Now, this is your canvas. What you tune into here, what you allow yourself to explore with your senses and feel, that's the information you're giving back to your brain and the universe on what this reality is going to feel and look like when it comes in. Your ability to explore the quantum field with your senses, with strong feeling, and really tune into what this new reality would be like, just accomplishing this thing. That is you saying, I'm ready for it. If you can hold it in your mind, you will be able to hold it in your hand, but it starts with being able to feel it, to see it. So take some time now, watch this version of yourself, this ideal version of you. Walk around them, see what they're doing. See what your new reality looks like. Where are you? Who are you with? What kind of clothes is your ideal self wearing? What kind of car is in the driveway? Just pay attention to as much detail as possible. And know that every single thing that you decide to tune into here, you are setting it in motion. You are literally solidifying it in more realities than just that one. You being able to experience it with your consciousness is what allows it to magnetize to the reality in which we're doing this meditation. So allow yourself to really, really feel this. Notice who you're talking to in this reality about this thing that you just accomplished. Who's there celebrating you? Pay attention to the mannerisms of your ideal self in this reality. How they talk to others. Notice what surprises you about this version of yourself. Again, right now we're looking at this reality kind of as an outsider. We've dropped into this reality without that ideal self necessarily knowing we're there, and we're just observing, kind of looking at the environment, looking at where this version of us is hanging out. And now, what I want you to do is I want you to stand right next to your ideal version of yourself in this reality. I want you to stand right next to your ideal self. And now I want you to step into their bodies. So since we're just energy, since we're just awareness, you should be able just to step right in to their body. And now you should have access to their thoughts, their feelings, their beliefs. How different did this reality feel? Looking at it and just watching yourself as an outsider, and now actually stepping into this version of yourself. Now, what does it feel like to be in this version of you's body? There must be so much beautiful energy going on in this version of yourself after this beautiful thing has been accomplished. So take some time to just notice, now that you have a moment to explore their emotional state and the physical health of their body, how it actually feels to be in their body, and their thoughts and their memories of all the beautiful things that they've already done in this reality with the people that they love. Tune into all of that, all of the things that this desire has brought to this life for you. Go ahead and just take some time to explore what that feels like. The best possible feelings that you could feel. What's the most excited you've been as an adult? Like, what is the best possible feelings you could imagine feeling in one single present moment? What does it feel like to truly sit in that knowing of, wow, magic is real? That knowing of, wow, the universe knew what it was doing the entire time. That understanding of, wow, I'm so glad that it all played out the way that it did, because it was all leading me right here. I didn't even know it. Wow. How does this version of you think about themselves? Like, now that they've accomplished this, what thoughts do you notice that they have about themselves? Notice how bright and alive this version of you is. How sure of themselves they are, how confident you are, how loving you are, how everyone just loves to be around you. Your friends and loved ones congratulating you. Just everyone astonished at what you've been able to create for yourself. You deserve this. You have earned this. You are worthy of this. This was made just for you. Now, I want you to take a moment to really claim this as yours. You know, I truly believe that besides just the thinking, feeling, I guess this kind of goes into feeling, being incoherent with your desire, but to truly bring it in, you want to feel worthy of it. You want to know that you are enough for your desires. And I will tell you right now that you absolutely are worthy of everything that you desire. And it is possible. And the moment that you know that you're worthy, the moment that you can start to show gratitude for that, the moment that you can treat yourself as if you've already accomplished it, living it in the present moment will literally manifest it in the present moment. So now that you've taken time to explore this reality and to spend some time merged with this ideal version of yourself, take a moment just to, again, move your awareness just to the back of your head, so your ideal self's head. We're gonna move our awareness back up, so you should be looking down, again, bird's eye view at this reality. And in just a split second, I want you to think about where you are currently sitting in this present moment, and you notice yourself going back through this wormhole. Just the thought of your physical body will start to send you back to this reality. But you notice something different as you're going back. You don't feel separate from this reality you've explored. You've just embodied it. You literally just embodied it and integrated it. You just experienced the consciousness of it, the reality of it. And so you notice that it's kind of coming with you. You literally feel this fulfillment, this excitement, this gratitude for all of that still coming back with you into this reality. And now you look down and you see exactly what's happening now. So go ahead and lower your awareness down, 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 until you're just seeing the top of your head. And go ahead and merge. You may need to take a deep breath. Like when you start to shift back into this state, you may need to readjust. You may feel you need a moment just to calibrate. But now I just want you to sit there for a moment with your eyes closed. And I want you to acknowledge what you've just done. You've just given not only your mind a path of where it can look forward and what it can start to look for and create, but you've shown the universe where you want to go. If every reality is possible, we can't just gamble and just see. I mean, we could, but the universe has no idea what we want if we're just waiting for all the trillions and trillions, not even way more than that, infinite possibilities to make their way to us. We got to choose a path. We got to explore which path we want to walk down, what that feels like and looks like. So recognize what you've done today. You've done something incredible and opened yourself up to infinite potential. I want you to take a moment, put your hand on your chest, and show gratitude for this version of yourself, that this is possible, that whatever you can create and explore within your mind, you are literally setting it in stone in this reality. You've literally given it energy. You've given it matter. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and exhale, coming back to center, opening your eyes when you're ready. And anytime that you can do this in different ways, I want you to explore all of the ways that this reality exists for you. One beautiful way that I use my creation journal is I walk myself through that day as soon as I wake up in the morning, what it's like for me. And if you can emotionalize with it, if you can identify with that reality, if you can start to give that meaning, if you can start to identify the qualities and the habits that that version of you has, and you can even write them down and use that as your goalpost for what you want to integrate, who you want to become, I'm telling you, you are following the secret formula. You are following the secret. You will experience magic like you've never experienced before once you start playing in the quantum field, and once you start to bring that into this now, into your physical body, into this reality. It is truly the key to shifting our reality. Truly, truly. Thank you, Bella. Thank you so much for joining. Now, I want you to try to play around with yourself and see all the different ways that you can make this feel real. Like on your next walk, I want you to imagine that this is your first walk that you're taking after you just accomplished that thing. Like, what would that walk be like? Let's just say you just barely got news that that thing happened and you are so over the moon, you need to just go walk and just like breathe and just like be excited and to take a breath and be like, oh my God, it happened. What is going on? Tune into that. What would that walk be like after you get the news? What would be going to sleep that night be like? You're literally sitting in bed, just looking up at the ceiling and be like, wow, life is so beautiful and magic and mysterious. I couldn't have ever predicted that it would come in this way. If you can be like that, I promise you, you are making that reality more real than this physical reality, and your brain cannot tell the difference between something you are imagining, something you are dreaming about, something that's actually happening. If you can assume it in your physical body and you can experience it in consciousness in the present now, and you can do that each day as much as you can. Of course, it's normal to fall back to this reality, but it's anytime you notice, anytime you can start to tune into that consciousness, you can start to make that reality more realistic than this one. You will start to notice little shifts. You'll start to gain more confidence. Little opportunities or people or synchronicities will start to come in at the perfect amount, like perfect times. You will start to get signs that your realities are merging. And I'm telling you, there will be a point where you're feeling like you're in between realities. You've outgrown your old one, but yet the new one hasn't fully come in yet. But there's been so many pieces where it feels like it's just about to just all hit at once. I'm telling you, it really feels like that. And if you've ever felt just in the middle of some sort of synchronicity or some sort of magical moment that you couldn't predicted, it all can be that way. And the moment you start believing that that is real and that it can be that way for you, and that as soon as you trust and believe and feel worthy of something and you start to be open to that happening and you tell the universe that I am ready for it, I am worthy of it, and I promise that when it comes in, I will take the opportunities that come to me. That is your only job, is to know what it feels like in your body, to know that it's possible to have it, and to grab it when it makes its way to you. The rest you do not have to worry about at all. At all. Now, I just want you to close your eyes one more time, and I'm going to read some of my affirmations to you to close, and we will be good to go, my friends. What the universe is bringing to me is beyond what I'd ever be able to expect or predict. Everything is always working out in my favor. The universe is conspiring to bring me everything that I desire. I fully trust and believe that all of my desires are coming to me, in the perfect time. Everything is happening for me, and I always experience magic when I trust it. I am ready to shift to my new reality. Now, one last thing to note, you can open your eyes, friends. I'm telling you, any chance you get, you want to think, what would that version of myself do? If you run into a situation where someone pisses you off, what would that version of myself do? If there's a decision which you don't know how to make it, but you're kind of stressing out about the decision, what would that version of myself do? I promise you, you will find instant clarity. It will help ground you in the moment. It will help keep you clear to make the correct decisions that are in your best interest. And if you start to use that version of yourself as a model for who you are in the now, with mathematical accuracy, my friends, you will become that version of yourself. I put money on it. Yes, Bella. Thank you guys so much. Again, it really is about creating that in consciousness as much. And again, you hear about this all over, like Neville Goddard, all of his work is about this. So if you're wanting a little bit more information, check out Neville Goddard's work. Check out The Feeling is the Secret. Check out Dr. Joe Dispenza. And where I really started to look at the connection between our brain and reality is looking at neuroscience and quantum physics and how they connect. And there's tons of documentaries on Gaia if you guys are into all of the nerdy scientific stuff. But any way that you can start to suspend those disbeliefs, suspend those doubts, and truly live just in an open, neutral space even, you will experience so many weird things coming in that just feel so synchronistic they couldn't have just been placed there. You know, the universe is speaking to you all the time, okay? The universe is just waiting for you to believe in its infinite potential, for you to experience it. Truly, truly, truly. Great, you're the best. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. This was super fun. I hope that you got something from this. I can't wait to explore more. I know, right, Bella? I know. I can't wait to explore more styles of meditation and breathwork with you guys. And if you are super into this stuff, as far as the quantum field or the process to reprogramming your brain or shifting your reality, whatever, I'm so into all of that stuff, and I know we've talked about it a lot on the channel, but I have so much more to share with you guys if this is something that you are interested in. So yeah, I can't wait for our next live chat together. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and again, let me get you that link as promised. I don't think that Eric is here, but he seems to surprise me a lot, so maybe he is here. But if he is, I'm gonna go ahead and try to beat him and get the Telegram link to you before he does. Okay, yes. Alright guys, that is the Telegram link. If you would like to come join and hang out with us outside of the live stream, that's where you'll get all the updates on what's coming for the next live, what time it will be, and then, you know, if anything changes. John, thank you so much. That's all that I've ever wanted. I'm actually gonna go eat some right now. And make some blueberry tea. I'm so excited. I also did look up the blueberry blossom honey that you talked to me about because that sounds so good. I'm gonna have to get some for my tea. But thank you, my friends. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one, and I'll talk to you in the Telegram chat. See you guys.